The deep blue, mysterious, exciting, unpredictable, and powerful. Marine guide Rainer Schimpf discovered these qualities firsthand. The giants of the ocean have captured our imaginations for centuries, and getting up close to such impressive animals can have a profound impact on a person. It is for these reasons that marine safaris have gained such popularity. It's a chance to witness the ocean's largest animals migrating, or glimpse these titans reach the surface. The South African coast is famous for another spectacular migration, the annual sardine run, which brings with it hundreds of birds, dolphins, and whales, as well as other large predators that feed on the abundant supply of anchovies. While the sardine run is famous for its leg along the Transkei and KwaZulu-Natal coastline during the winter months, the activity actually persists almost throughout the year in the seas off the eastern and southern Cape. Mesmerized by the action, German visitor Rainer Schimpf began doing small photographic excursions on the sea off Port Elizabeth some 15 years ago.
I came to South Africa in 1999, and I realized very fast that there is a huge potential in tourism, especially in ecotourism. And I was privileged enough to convert my hobby to become my job.
His hobby produced some lovely images but created more than just memories, as growing interest from tourists and professional filmmakers caused him to spend increasingly more time providing logistical support out on the water to those wanting to record nature's spectacles. And the unexpected can happen without prior notice.
Once a tourist is on the boat and they come to dive with sardine run action, we launch, depending on where the most activity is, anywhere between Strauss Bay to Port St. John's. Find the activity. Activity would be loads of dolphins diving gannets. We would follow those dolphins and they would obviously chase fish. Fish can be sardines, can be mackerel, can be anchovies. And then once that fish is trapped by the predators at the surface of the water, they form a so-called bait ball. The tourist would basically get a proper briefing up front, and then we would try to either dive or snorkel with that bait ball, and then they can see the action firsthand.
To say that the sudden appearance of a brooder's whale is a total rush is an understatement. These are sleek, predatory missiles that target larger, more mobile prey than other baleen whale species. The brooder's whale competes for space amongst other hungry feeders that comprise gannets, dolphins, sharks, and even penguins. The whale is named after Norwegian whale hunter Johan Bruder, who helped to establish the whaling station in Durban in 1908 when whaling was considered an acceptable industry. The thrill of adventure is one thing, but what about environmental sensitivities?
Ecotourism and environmental awareness has become very big. We try to give them as much information as possible. As a matter of fact, we actually came up with a marine course. You learn about movements of the oceans, you learn about the different marine mammals and species in the water, as well as fish and coral. You get to see the connection between the coasts and the different temperatures. This is quite important to understand our ecosystem here in South Africa.
But is this not invading the space of our ocean inhabitants?
The dolphins are in their own habitat and they choose whether they want to be close to the boat or not. If I would approach a dolphin and he wasn't happy about my presence with the boat next to him, he would dive down and disappear. As long as we go with the speed of the dolphin and follow them in a respectful way, there is no hassle.
However, in nature, things can happen totally out of the blue, to which Rainer can testify. He had this experience while photographing sardine run action recently.
I was filming a bait ball with shark activity, which was relatively small. It was maybe 2 or 3 cubic meters of fish. And I was filming down into the sharks, and then I realized all the sharks suddenly move away. And as the last shark moved out of the frame, I saw there is a brooder's whale coming up right from underneath me, opening his mouth, swimming right towards me. And this was quite a tricky one because I knew I could not move as fast as the sharks, and I was kind of trapped between the whale and the surface. At that split second when the whale broke the surface, Silke, my wife, was on the vessel.
I saw the whales around and saw our snorkelers in the water, and I had a surface watch to show where the whales are. They're coming from right, they're coming from left. But in one moment the whale just popped up from underneath Rainer, and I took my camera and just hold on and hope I got some good shots.
So you can see me and the whale in one frame, and then you actually realize how big that whale is.
It's like a shock for me to see how close was the whale.
This raises a good question. Exactly how much control would a creature of this size have in a case like this?
I think the whale is very aware of what's happening around it. Their senses within the skin or within their body structure is the way that they can definitely feel you behind them. Hence, if a whale comes up straight from underneath with the eyes towards me, and the visibility was good that day, he knew precisely that I was there, and had I moved away, had I been able to move away, he probably would have gone straight up. But now there was something obstructing his course, so he diverted his course slightly.
This experience had a positive outcome and not only provided some spectacular visual material, but it also demonstrated how incredibly perceptive the ocean's creatures can be.